at all around stuff.
Jim Hines of Connecticut. And Congressman Hines, I know you, like the colleagues that Jake was just talking to, you're sheltering in place in the U.S. Capitol. Set the scene for us. What is happening right now?
Very scary moment 20 minutes ago when we were on the House floor, and it was very clear that protesters had breached and had gotten right around the floor, so they barricaded doors. I was just talking with some of my colleagues about the fact that we spent an awful lot of money on security, but they were rolling file cabinets and coat racks in front of the doors. They evacuated us from the chamber. It was a tense moment because lots of weapons drawn, gas masks were out. We were ordered to get gas masks and be prepared to put them on because apparently gas had been used in the rotunda. But now they've evacuated all of us that were in the chamber to a location that we've been instructed not to talk about. But you've obviously got a lot of anxiety here.
Which is understandable. We have seen photos of the House floor, presumably after you left. You talked about coat racks and tables moved in front of doors. We saw a photo, which is just unbelievable that is happening in the U.S., never mind the U.S. Capitol, of looked like law enforcement with their arms drawn. We're actually looking at video right now of these anarchists, and these people who were involved in this insurrection. They broke the glass in the United States Capitol, and now they are climbing through the window. This happened moments ago on the grounds of the United States Capitol. This is likely what you're hearing inside, and this is the reason you said that you were told to shelter in place, moved to an undisclosed location. How much of this can you hear and even see, or at least could you, when you were still on the House floor?
Well, when we left the House floor, we were taken out through a door where they had tactical teams keeping protesters on their bellies, literally outside the House doors. So people had gotten to the doors of the chamber, windows had been broken, and as I said, when we left, there were officers with their guns drawn and pointed at the door, obviously indicating that they thought there was a threat about to come through. Anyway, my colleagues and I right now are a little shell-shocked. You might imagine emotions are running pretty high right now. This is something that didn't need to happen, and it's something that shouldn't have happened. There's a lot to take stock of here in terms of how we got to this place, what President Trump said and did to set this off, and quite frankly, how the Capitol could be so vulnerable. I've been working in this building for a while now, and I've always assumed that when things got ugly, they could push a button and doors would be sealed and everything would be fine. That obviously turns out not to be the case. It doesn't feel like we're through it yet, but we've got a lot to learn from what happened today.
Well, stay safe. Let us know if you see and hear anything more, and we appreciate you giving us an update. Jake?
Congressman Hines, Congressman Gallagher, Congressman Kinzinger, thank you so much for your time. Stay safe for you and your staffs. I want to bring in Pamela Brown right now because, Pamela, we're only seeing some of the violence on the outside of the Capitol building. You have more information about what's going on inside in this armed insurrection, in this attempted coup by President Trump and his supporters. Tell us more.
Well, to tell you just how out of control this has gotten, Jake, a woman is now in critical condition after being shot in the chest on the Capitol grounds. This is according to two sources familiar with the matter. The sources couldn't provide any further details on the circumstances of the shooting, but sources I've spoken to and to my colleague Noah Gray are telling us that there were shots fired there on the Capitol grounds, and they additionally add that a woman is now in critical condition after being shot in the chest on Capitol grounds. Again, we don't know the circumstances surrounding that, but that just tells you right there how much this is escalated, how quickly it's escalated, and how out of control this has gotten. I'm told from a local source on the ground, a law enforcement source, that police from surrounding areas, from Montgomery County, Maryland, Prince George's County, Maryland, Virginia State Police, have all been called in by MPD to help them with these overwhelming crowds, the chaos and the anarchy that's taking place right now.
Horrible, horrible news. Blood now spilled. We don't know any more details about it. But again, this is violence that has been inspired by President Trump, by President Trump supporters, by Senator Cruz, by Senator Hawley, by the more than 100 members of the House who were objecting to the constitutional responsibilities, the fact that Joe Biden was elected. It is an absolutely disgraceful moment in American history, and there are specific villains who are responsible for it. I want to go to Manu Raju right now. Manu, tell us more about what you're seeing on Capitol Hill.
Yeah, well, possible good news on the Senate side of the Capitol. Our colleague Ted Barrett has been told by police officers on the Senate side that it has been cleared of rioters, of protesters, of demonstrators. The Senate floor, there's debris on the Senate floor because that was breached by protesters, but there are no more protesters, demonstrators, rioters. They're not in the Senate floor. They're not on the Senate wing of the Capitol. These demonstrators have been pushed into the Capitol Rotunda area. Now, that rotunda is the dome of the Capitol that is in between the House and the Senate. There are many protesters that are there. At the moment, the police are escorting out these rioters outside of the Capitol. They've been on the east and west front steps of the Capitol. They're being escorted out one by one from that side. Now, it's uncertain what's happening on the House side of the Capitol. What we do know is that the House members have been evacuated. They've been told to go to their offices. They're not leaving their offices. That's similar on the Senate side. But we do know that there was an armed standoff that occurred on the House floor. Don't know what the latest is on that situation because everybody has been told to clear from that area, including the pool reporters who were in the gallery that witnessed that armed standoff. Uncertain what's going on with that. But there are still many rioters, demonstrators who have breached the security perimeters, have come into the building. They are now cleared from the Senate side of the Capitol. They are in the Capitol Rotunda, and the police are trying to get them out one by one as the situation unfolds. Uncertain again what's happening in the House, as we saw that video of individuals breaking a window, entering the building. That appeared to be on the House side of the Capitol. So there are many of these rioters still in the building, but at the moment, the members are staying away.